Chapter 16, Gothic Style. Evil Queen has been exiled to the furthest, most remote, and particularly abandoned part of the island. So by the time Evie and Carlos made it past Woeful Way and turned onto Hell Street, both of them were panting from the long walk. Without the fear of maleficent chaos, had settled upon the Isle of the Lost, and it appeared even the island's mostly undependable, risky dink transportation system had completely broken down. The goblins had abandoned their rickshaws, which were left to rust on the side of the roads. Everywhere they went, they were met in frowns and scolds. Evie tried not to look too nervous for Carlo's sake, since he was obviously extremely uncomfortable with all the attention. It didn't help that it was so exhausted and her feet hurt. Evie told herself exercise was good for the skin and wiped her forehead with the handkerchief. She was still wearing her fancy dancing shoes with the high heels, and she almost fell in the relief when they finally reached the familiar tall gray stone walls of the evil queen's castle. Then she remembered she was afraid to face her mother. She knocked on the heavy fortress door. "Mom?" she called nervously. It's me, Evie. Are you there? It looks deserted," said Carlos, glancing accents at the cobwebs and dust. "Oh, it's always looked like this," Evie assured him. "Mom's big on personal maintenance, but housekeeping not so much. Let me see if I can find the key," she said, walking over to the nearest wall and feeling of the brick that had come loose. "Here it is," she said, holding up an ancient rustic key. "Maybe she's out getting ready for the anti-heroes meeting. Maybe, wow. This place really looks like no one lived here for centuries," said Carlos as they walked inside. Evie bristled. "It's the height of Gothic style, more like bottom of it," said Carlos, scrunching his nose. "Okay, fine. Maybe it is a bit dark and eerie," said Evie, who had never been too bothered by the gargoyles and the cobwebs until now. She looked around. Maybe Carlos was right. It was a little dustier than she remembered. She took another step and sneezed. "Wait, I'll wait here," said Carlos, said Evie. Went off to check the bedrooms. "Mom," she called, gingerly stepping into the evil queen's room. Her mother kept it away. It always been when she has been queen of her kingdom and bent upon destroying Snow White. There was a dark stillet in the middle of the room where the magic mirror used to hang before it had been broken into pieces, and a little podium in front of it where her mother would pose her preen, as if the mirror were still there, to showcase her reflection. The closet doors were open. Blue gowns and black capes in disarray, white ruffs strewn over the floor. Her mother's traveling trunk was missing from the topmost shelf, and from the looks of the mess, Evil Queen had packed in a hurry. That was odd. Where had she gone? Didn't she have to be back in time for the meeting tonight? Evie noticed something else. In the center of her mother's dressing table was a large ebony box. On that Evie knew well. Her mother had schooled her in the art of beauty, regimens from the pots and brushes, paints and brushes, eyes, makeup, foundation, and mascara in the very chest. It was strange. Her mother had left behind her most prized possessions. Where could Evil Queen have gone without her makeup? Evie walked down the grand staircase, still sneezing from the dust. She couldn't believe they lived this way for so long, forgotten and unloved. Carlos was nowhere to be found. Evie got a little worried and called his name, but there was no answer. Where was he? Evie didn't scare easily, and she was in the house she had grown up in, but it was strange to be here all alone, without her mom bristling around the pressuring her to try the lightest exercise fade. She didn't even know where to start looking. The castle was so big that Evie never knew how many rooms it had. She and Evil Queen had mostly stayed in the main area in the middle. Maybe she was outside. She walked out of the front door. Carlo, she yelled again. Over here, he called. He was all the way on the other side of the castle, hidden by the overgrown weeds in the moonlight, and she could barely out the tips of the black and white hair. She walked over and found him standing in front of a series of the stone steps that led to a cellar door. Well, this is a place, all right, he said, pointing to a sign that was hung on the front. All anti-heroes welcome. Meetings are Saturdays near midnight. How strange, Evie thought, and the moment wondered nervously if Evil Queen was just out at the market buying provisions for every mysterious gathering. Is everyone inside? I don't know even where that door leads, she told him. No, I don't hear anything, I told her. Any sign of your room? No, Evie told him. What she found in the room, it looks like she went away somewhere. She took her trunk but left her makeup behind. But maybe she'll be back for the meeting. Carlos nodded. Come on, let's go check out my place. Hopefully we'll be just as lucky there. But we didn't find my room, said Evie. Exactly, said Carlos.